everybody, how you doing? Just taking a drive down a very busy road, and I wanted to talk about the soft top and why I decided to buy a soft top for my Jeep instead of the hard top. Everybody always raves about the hard top. You got to get the hard top. The hard top is the way to go when you want to have less noise in your Jeep. And I get it, I agree. Last year my wife had a 2022 Wrangler Sport S. It's a two-door, had the hard top. And, you know, all things considered, being a Jeep, you have your natural sounds that are going to enter into the cabin. But the hard top did a great job of reducing some noise, especially the peripheral noise to your sides, from behind you, so forth and so on. But the one thing I found, and I came out of a passenger car before I bought this Jeep that had all of the bells and whistles as far as safety concerns. You had the mirrors that would let you know a car is nearby. So I had that warning label. I had the beeps and the boops and the bops, all the whistles, even steering mitigation concerns and stuff like that. And I realized the car was in control and I wasn't. There's a class action lawsuit with Honda right now for that exact issue. Spoke with the attorneys on the class action lawsuit and they agree there's a huge problem. So I just wasn't comfortable driving a car like that. So wanted to get back into something like a Jeep, has no safety features like that. I believe I can control it much better than a car can. And losing those features that tell me, hey, there's a car to my side, there's a car in my blind spot. One of the things I found driving my wife's hardtop, a little harder to hear those things, right? I mean, you can see, you look around, you do all your normal things that you drive. But the soft top allowed just enough sound to come in a 360-degree format that actually felt better. So if there is a car behind me and to my right, like right now I can hear what's probably a truck or a car with a loud exhaust, and sure enough, a car with a loud exhaust to my right that just went from behind me to in front of me to my right side on the passenger side. And I found that that is actually far better for me from a driving perspective to know exactly what's around me, whether I can see it or not. I can hear it. The second aspect of the soft top that I really, really like is taking the top down. We had to get all those bolts undone, unplug everything, take the freedom panels off, and all of that requires a lot of work and effort and where to place the top. I can't do that at a stoplight. I can't do that just pulling over on the side of the road and just pulling the panels out and dropping the top quickly like I can with the soft top. I completely prefer the soft top from that perspective because it gives me the freedom and the flexibility to treat this like a convertible Jeep, because it is one. It's a convertible Jeep. The third thing that I was most concerned with is I live in Texas, so it gets really hot in the summer, and we actually surprisingly get pretty cold in the winter time because Texas is fairly flat and you get those winds whipping, and you'll feel it. Well, it's cooling off now. We're in the middle of November, and I've had some days where I've really had to kick up the heat. The heater in this Jeep is incredible. Now, I went from having heated seats, all the bells and whistles in the last car. I haven't felt the need to have a heated seat. I don't miss it at all. And the soft top does an incredible job of holding in that heat. And because it is a barrier, kind of like clothing, it works extremely well. Think of it like layering. When you're in cold temperatures, you want to wear layers. That's how you stay warmer. So it's been fantastic in the cooler temperatures, and I'm excited more in the winter as it gets colder and colder to see how that pans out. In the summertime, this is an all-black Jeep. All black gets awful hot. Air conditioning works great. I didn't experience any issues as far as keeping the interior cooled off. And as you guys know, I've already done the really high-end window film in here, which has that nano ceramic coating. It's a dual layer. So the reality is not much heat's getting into this Jeep at all. So I absolutely don't mind having the soft top from that perspective. The only thing is the sound. And so a lot of people are saying, well, how loud does it really get? It is loud, but not incredibly loud. And I think that's the key thing to remember. It's not a huge difference. It's enough to recognize what's going on around you to provide you with a level of comfort and security to feel what's going on. Now, when we took our trip earlier this year in August down to Galveston, we took this Jeep, and the loudest part is when you're driving next to an 18-wheeler or you go underneath an overpass. It's loud. That's where you hear it. That's where you hear it the most, is all of that excessive sound coming from a very large object or reflecting off an overpass or underpass right there. Other than that, it's perfectly acceptable. I prefer it. I like it because I feel like I'm more in tune and in touch with what's going on. Now, the other thing too is, how's it going to be as far as rain hitting that top? No different than it is in having the hardtop. In fact, the hardtop to me is a hard surface that's going to resonate like a drum, but the soft top is not taut enough to be as loud as a drum would be. So I found that that is actually much better in a soft top. Shockingly, I didn't expect that, than it is in a hard top. So prefer it, love it, really enjoy it, and I get all of the benefits that you get in a Jeep that with a hardtop you just don't get. That was my reason for getting soft top. So hope this video finds you well. Please like and subscribe, add a comment if you want. See y'all real soon.